Hey, what's going on? It's Rashad and welcome back to the channel. This is 4 reasons why my very first Snapchat ad campaign was a failure. So if you didn't check out my last video, I spent over $563 on Snapchat ads to only make one sale, totaling $20. So I lost a bunch of money, but I'm not gonna get all sad about that because I did learn a ton and I wanna share what I learned with you guys so you guys don't make the same mistake. And before we get into the video, I wanna read one of the comments on the last video because it was pretty cool. Give me 1 second. And so it says, at least for you, unlike most people, you went in. No question asked, you went in. And yeah, it failed, but the thing is, you're learning and people need to see failure happen because it happens all the time with me too. Keep it up, by the way. Let's talk and connect and talk some business, my guy. So I appreciate that. That's from It's Didnt. I appreciate that comment, and that's exactly why I make these videos. So without further ado, let's get started. The first and biggest reason why I think my Snapchat ad campaign was a failure is because I wasn't collecting emails as I was doing my ads. So I was running ads on Snapchat to a landing page, and on the landing page it just had a button to click to the offer. So essentially I was direct linking, and now that I think about it afterwards, it was kind of silly of me to assume that people would want to subscribe to a product that's like a monthly recurring expense, even though it is a pretty cool Japanese snack box, which is and looked at my computer, which is the Tokyo Treat snack box subscription from Maxbounty. And so once you go in and you look at the pricing, so I was asking people to spend anywhere from $25 a month. That's for monthly. You can get a little bit cheaper if you commit to 12 months, or all the way up to $35 a month. And even sometimes I'm like thinking, like with Netflix, I have Netflix, but I'm like, man, how many movies did I really watch? You know, so when you're not collecting emails, you really just have one shot at getting a sale per customer, versus if you were collecting emails, you could build a relationship with the customer, and eventually over time they'll warm up to wanting to actually buy that offer. And I mean, really, that's something that most of the larger affiliate marketing channels will advocate for, collecting those emails, so you really have a better shot at converting later. So that's my number one reason why I think my first Snapchat ad campaign failed, is because I wasn't collecting emails. I was basically direct linking. If you got any value out of the video so far, I want to personally invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell so you'll be notified when I release new videos. Thank you. So the second reason I think my Snapchat ad campaign was a failure is because I increased my target bid too dramatically and too soon. So in my campaign, I tested out different ad sets, so about 7 ad sets and 3 ads per ad set. And once I found that winning combination, I was like, ooh, I'm getting the effective cost per swipe up, which is what you're paying per swipe up. It's what I want, so it's the target price. So I was like, oh, I want to spend more now so I can get even more swipe ups. So I increased the bid, which is called, or what they call it, scaling vertically. So once you do an increase to your bid, like the algorithm basically starts over and it kind of gets like a new audience. So I went from getting swipe ups from 16 cents and it went all the way up to 30 and up to 40 cents because I changed it so drastically. So online, I found that you shouldn't change or like increase or decrease your bid by more than 20% at one time. And I have this thing where like I'm like crazy about my ads, so like I'm checking it like all day, every day, checking it, refreshing, and it's almost just like a game, really. And I would get just kind of into it to where I would check it so much, and I would just start changing my bids. And one thing you have to do is realize that there are very smart programmers that have programmed the algorithms, and you kind of just have to let them work. So I would advise to wait at least 3 days before you start changing your bid. And if you do change your bid, make sure it's not any more than 20% increase or decrease to what you said, especially if that ad is performing how you want it to. So instead of increasing the bid, what you do is you clone that ad in Snapchat, so you basically duplicate it. And so I'll show you that really quickly right here. My winning targeting asset for that Tokyo Treat snack box was the comic and anime audience. And so instead of going here and increasing this target cost, you would go in and click clone like that. And this will basically create a duplicate. And so let's say if before you cloned it, you were spending $20 a day at that bid. Now you could be spending $40 a day, and you also didn't mess with your bid, so you're not like retraining the algorithm to start a whole brand new audience, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. And so that's the second reason why I think my Snapchat ad campaign was a failure. And the third reason why I think my Snapchat ad campaign was a failure is because I didn't split test my landing page. And so if you're not familiar, split testing is basically when you duplicate your landing page and you'll send 50% of your traffic to A, which is the first, like the original, and then 50% of your traffic to the B side, which is the duplicate. And you can change small things like the title, the font, color, and I didn't do any of that. So the conversion rate for my landing page for my first campaign was 29.2%, which is a little bit on the lower side. And so I really wish I had actually split tested my landing page, and I think I was just being a little bit too confident. I was thinking like, oh wow, this is a great landing page, but you never know what could increase your conversion. So I always advise to split test your landing page and test different things. So I do want to go over the landing page that I used and some of the things I would have split tested if I could go back in time. So here's the landing page. Tokyo Treat, I've got the logo here, and then I've got the colors. This is basically from a eyedropper tool that I use to get the congruency between the offer page and my landing page. So here's the headline, and Japanese snack boxes delivered from Japan to your door. And I could have used a different font or changed it to something a little bit more exciting, or even put the bonus, the coupon code up here maybe. And then here, this is a YouTube video, so just preview. So yeah, it's just a YouTube video that basically shows what you'll get in a particular box if you order the Tokyo Treat box. Let it load. Yeah, so it just shows someone unpacking the box. Yeah, so I won't play that whole thing to bore you guys. But yeah, so and going on down, I could change this from a video to a static image. I could change out these logos. Then one thing, I could definitely change the text. I put I want Tokyo Treats instead of saying buy now to make it a little more personal. But I could change the color, the font, the color of the font. And then I actually got some feedback from a couple of friends of mine that told me like absolutely do not have your button where it moves. It looks a little gimmicky. But that's an opinion. And so that is something that you want to test. Like just test it, same color, same font, but just make it static so it doesn't move. Excuse me. And then coming down, coupon, I could have tried to take this out, because I think some people are kind of becoming privy to the countdown timer, that they're not actually necessarily always indicative of something that's running out of time. So you could split test and take that out of there. And let's see, this stuff, I don't think it's so pretty matter that much outside of just people being allowed to scroll, because you could just take that out, and so that way people could only really view this much, if that makes sense. So we'll keep going down, and this is just how Tokyo Treat works. So they subscribe, they pick the snacks for the box, they ship it, and you enjoy it. And there's another call to action button identical to the others, and then I have reviews and another call to action. So yeah, so with the conversion rate of 29.2%, I definitely could have done better, and I could improve and got an even higher conversion rate if I had split tested some of the things that people might have got turned off by, such as my moving button. And so the higher conversion rate you can get on your landing page, the more profits there are for you in the end. So that's the third reason why I think my Snapchat ad campaign was a failure, because I wasn't split testing my landing pages. The fourth reason why I feel like my Snapchat ad campaign was a failure is because the site speed of Clickfunnels is pretty bad. So I don't see a lot of affiliate marketers online talk about how slow Clickfunnels is. So what I did is I go to a site called Page Speed Insights. It's on the developer side of Google. So you go to developer.google.com/speed. And then what you can do is you can type in your landing page domain, TokyoTreatBox.com. Yeah, and you guys, this domain is still active. I'll probably disable it within a week or two. So if you guys want to take the landing page out, here's the URL. Go right ahead. You click Analyze. And it takes a little minute. And while that's working, so the reason why this is important is because Snapchatters are pretty frantic on the platform. So like if your landing page is taking more than like 3 seconds, or like 2.5 to 3 seconds to load, people are gonna move on because Snapchat is just fast like that. So page speed is really important, and I really don't see people talking about the page speed of ClickFunnels being a factor in choosing your landing page software. So if we look at my computer, my landing page is basically an F in terms of page speed, because the lower range, the red range, is between 0 and 49, and mine actually scored a 26 out of 100, and 90 to 100 will be in the green. So if you'll see first contextual paint, 3.6 seconds. So a lot of this stuff is just pretty long, especially for being on the Snapchat ad platform. So what I would advise is to really look at when you're choosing your landing page software is to also consider the speed, in addition to things like the price and the easeability, like how easy is it to drag and drop stuff on it. But it's also important that even if you have a great landing page, if it's taking forever to load, does it really matter? I said 4, but I wanted to give a special gift to everyone who watched to the end of the video with a bonus. So here's another one. So another thing that you can look out for on your Snapchat ad campaigns is choosing an offer that you can relate to. And so this is something that I heard a lot on YouTube and a lot from what I was learning online about running ads, like with Maxbounty, is choosing an offer that you can relate to, so that it's much easier to create content, landing pages, and do the ads for it if you're kind of already in the community. And so that was kind of something I struggled with the Tokyo Treats, is because I'm not really into the Japanese community like that. I don't really know about the culture or the foods or what the demographic is. I was basically starting from square one with trying to figure out like how I should target people that would like or be interested in a Japanese snack box. So that's the last thing I wanted to tell you is try, at least for your first offer, to make it a little bit easier on yourself to something that you're already involved in, so it'll be easy to market to those people. So hey, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please please stay tuned, because I will be dropping more videos, and also thinking about doing a case study with my next offer. Just let me know if you guys would like something like that. Let me know down in the comments, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you.